Hello guys, this is Zweli from Forever Dynasty Investment. Now today's lesson guys is basically about common mistakes that traders make, and I'm just gonna remind you on the outlines or the fundamentals of our program guys. Now most common mistakes that we have people making is that when the conqueror is here, or when the price is here, you find that people will take up positions at this level, or rather take up positions at this level. Now guys, remember that we're trading 4 hours and daily time frames, so there's not so much of a rush guys. Once you have this software, you'll have it for life. It's yours, so there's no need to rush entries, because as experienced and seasoned traders, we trade where the trend begins guys. Our focal point is where the trend begins. So most common mistakes that traders make is that they'll jump into a trade once the trend has shot down or shot up. So common mistakes is that people tend to get entries here, or maybe even worse, or even here, thinking that the trend will float down. But as traders, we all know that there's pullbacks. This is the market guys, and you find pullbacks in the market. So some of you guys might be wondering, what are pullbacks? It's a basic reversal pattern. You can Google that just to find out just the basics of reversal patterns. But as a trader guys, we must always remember that price will not just float down. You won't just get a peak formation high and get a straight down movement. There's always going to be pullbacks where you form these M formations, these double tops and these double bottoms. So this would be your M formation and this would be your double U. So now the problem with entering trades at a later stage is that by not entering your trades where the trend begins, you'll find that you will enter your trade here guys, and the market will in fact move in your favor, but then you'll find this pullback. So if having that you've had a lot of lot sizes here, now this pullback could be very detrimental to your account guys. This could be a potential wipeout or a potential cleaning up of your account. So these are very common mistakes that most traders do, is that they enter the trade once the trend has shut down, and once that has happened, it's possible that you can experience a loss. So now you need to be very careful. Now the question then becomes, how do you know these entries, or how do you get the precise entry point where the trend begins? So now this is where the software comes in guys. This is where the Conqueror software is most precise at entry. And now guys, you have to remember that what we've been telling, what these videos have been based on our Conqueror. So once your Conqueror has reached your overbought condition or the 90 level, at this stage you will realize that this is your peak formation high. Now this is where you enter your trades guys, because now you realize that your Conqueror has hit the overbought, or has hit the 90 level. So now this means that once it's at 90, it needs to go down to this 10 level. So that indicates that this is a downtrend. So these would be your entry points. So using the Conqueror and your market baseline, this would be your market baseline. Then you are able to precisely pick your entry points. Well, this one is not really certain. Okay, well, the arrow might be confirmation, but let's focus on these points. Let's focus on the Conqueror and the market sentiment and the market baseline. That once these happen, once these two conditions occur, then you know for a fact that the price has reached overbought conditions and the price is ultimately going to go down. So entering your trend, this is where your trend would begin. So once you see this condition, just follow the arrow or the crop here guys. These are where trend begins. So these are our entry points, guys. So once you see an arrow, this would be a confirmation that this is a downtrend. You can then follow the trend down. But now remember, we talked about pullbacks. So if you see this green arrow pointing up, then in your mind you know that, remember guys, that your conqueror is at overbought condition. So this is ultimately a downtrend. So this is the type of pullbacks that we're talking about. So this could be advantageous to you if you've missed this entry points. Then you know that it's a pullback. Price is ultimately going to go up. But remembering that this is a downtrend, you can still enter your trades here because we are on a downtrend. But never enter your trades here, guys, or here on a downtrend. Remember, guys, we never trade against the trend, and we're always trading 4-hour time frames and daily time frames. So there is no rush. Although you might have missed your entry, but there's no rush. You will get a pullback, and you will ultimately find a favorable down entry. So if you can follow this downtrend, runs all the way down here. Now another ideal condition is that your conqueror and your market baseline are meeting. Remember, this is your conqueror, guys. So once your conqueror reaches this 10 level, then you know that this is an oversold position, and you know that this now then means that this is the beginning of a new trend. So the most common mistakes, guys, is that people will see this arrow as a confirmation of an uptrend and want to jump in a trade once it's here. But now, guys, the problem is, remember pullbacks. So this is the market, guys. You never know what might happen. The market might just decide to shoot down and then move up again. But in this instance, it did move up, but you never know. So the best way is that you jump into trades once the trend begins. Then by that you know that you are at a favorable stop loss, but then you can adjust your stop loss just here and then follow the trend up. But guys, remember, never enter your trades once the trend has begun. Our focal point and the reason for this video that we're making here is that our perfect entries are here, guys. This is where you're most likely to get a perfect entry when your conqueror reaches your level 10 or your level 80. This is where the trend begins, and this is the perfect entry point to jump into a trade. Coming back to the current price, guys, we see that the price has shot down again, and we are having the same conditions here. Your market baseline and your conqueror have reached the 10 level. Now, guys, it's very tricky that jumping into a trade once it's at this current price, because the trend has already begun. We've already had this confirmation of a trend change, of an upward trend. So now the disadvantages of jumping into a trade at this level is that you can experience a pullback to this level and then an upward movement. Now this potential pullback with the sizable lot size here, with many entry positions here, this could take you out. And there's really no need for that, guys. So the purpose, and I will stress this again, is that the purpose of this video is that you understand our entry points. Once these conditions occur, once your conqueror reaches your 10 level or your oversold conditions, that's your favorable entry price. And this arrow right here, guys, will be confirmation enough that this is a trend change, and this is an ideal time to jump into your trade. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys, and that's it for Euro CHF. Thank you. Bye.